Hello, 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 everybody. I am your androgynous android game show host from the future, Nathan Blades. Welcome to the New Encaster Twitch channel. We are having a very rainy, kind of miserable Saturday afternoon. So I figured instead of playing some video games, we can go and actually do something that I've been meaning to do for quite a while. I have with me here this box. Yes, this Medabots Gunpla box from Kotobukiya that I bought at a convention. God, I want to say like 3 years ago. Probably around 3 years ago. And I was like, that's really cool. I've never built that kind of model kit before, and I would really love to try. And I just never really got round to it. It required, you know, the period of time to very much sitting down and doing nothing but working on that. And even though, like, during lockdown, where there's been time, there has been a bit of time to be able to go and do crafting, something like this. I focused on video game streaming for y'all. Me and my partner, we got into miniature painting. He's always been into tabletop miniatures, but I kind of gained that enthusiasm. And when we sat down to work on projects, I would be working on those rather than on this. So, because I haven't built this, and it's been years, and I want to actually get it built, so, you know, just ticking off a thing in my life. And because in the next couple of weeks, we have another Magic the Gathering stream where I'll be getting some cards ahead of release day. And, well, I'll be getting them ahead of a release day, but to be honest, the time that I'll actually be streaming it will be after the set releases, so, you know, ho-hum. But because I'll be getting some cards as part of the kind of general social promotion of the Neos Magic the Gathering set, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. There we go, we got the order. I figured I would test what it's like to run a 2-camera setup because I now have 2 cameras. So, let's go and pass it over to here. Yes. Hi. Hello. Let's go and get some tunes in the background as well while we're working. Yeah, there we go. Please do let me know, those who are tuning in, what my audio sounds like with this setup. Do let me know if there are any issues with it. But we're just gonna... it's a very unflattering view of the box as I try and pry it open without, like, entirely ruining everything. Okay. You know, it used to be really annoying that this camera that we're using for is the autofocuses. But for this, for macro photography, it's actually really useful. So we have a little manual here. We have this manual. The manual is all in Japanese. But it is actually, I think, fiddly with it, quite self-explanatory in how we put it together. The diagrams that we're using are mostly IKEA style. Let's see. This in the camera there. We're experimenting as we go. I have no idea if this is sensible or not. Yeah, most of it is kind of like IKEA style. Put slot A into object B kind of deal. So we're just gonna put that over. And then we have what else is inside this box? We have many sheets of plastic on sprues. This is something I'm actually quite used to now because, you know, doing a lot more miniature painting and actually experimenting with some Games Workshop stuff. I've been building a small a gang of Esches from Necromunda. So we've got all these bits and pieces of various armor plates in a skeleton. And we're going to be clipping these out, sanding down the various kind of like offcuts of the sprues, because I have a tool case just out of frame. Like my little, I have a little roller station on wheels that I use. Let's see. No, I'm not going to move that camera so you can look, because if I move that camera, I'm never going to be able to get in the same place. Let's be bold. Let's be bold. Let's see if we can manage it without destroying our entire lives. So, yeah. So I have that side on like a wheelie desk, wheelie shelves. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we made it. We made it. We didn't destroy everything. Wheelie shelves with all my craft stuff on it. So we'll be using those tools. I don't know whether we'll be painting it after we're done. I think it might just be unpainted. Might look into how people paint their Gunpla after the fact. But let's get to it, shall we? Gosh, there's gonna be so many different bits and pieces that we're putting together for this. I'm gonna be very nervous about how good of a job we end up doing. We'll proceed. We'll proceed. If any of y'all who are watching have experience building Gunpla, please do raise your voices in the chat, because I have a feeling that I might be politely asking y'all for help as we go. Here we go. This is set to D. And then we have a little clasp. Okay. Right. This is two sets of the same. They are two sets of the same. Okay. So we are looking for D pot 12. These are numbered. So if you look, you can see quite clearly that they're numbered on each part. The lighting is good, actually. We've lit this correctly. So we're looking for a part 12 on here, which is this part here. I need to gesture further down. I realise the camera's quite low. And we are connecting that, I think, into one of these. On a PCA. Right, okay. And then there's an intervening bit. Already hitting snags. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. There are teeny tiny bonus parts as well. That is also from slot D, piece 11. Oh, okay. Reading the instructions, explaining the instructions. It's this part we need. They've even highlighted it for us. Fantastic. Okay. So we're going to be taking our clippers. We are also going to be using, keep it out here, a file, a kind of miniature file. This is designed for plastic models to be able to sand down remaining nubs. And we might also even be using a craft knife to get rid of some of the additional plastic flash. I can see where I actually put my craft knife. Did I misplace my craft knife? Oh no, it's just in the wrong drawer. It's where it's not supposed to be, that's why. It's where it's not supposed to be. We also have our craft knife here. Okay, so let's go cut out part 12 on sheet D. Sorry if my actual cutting isn't on the camera. We'll try and get our we'll try and get the finer bits and pieces, the assembly of the thing on camera. There we go. So we've clipped it out. So we've clipped it out, but you can see on the edges of this, there's still a little bit of marking of it on the end. So what we want to do is we want to go and take our, that's a reasonably clean cut actually. These are pretty good craft clippers, but we're going to be taking, you know, our file and just kind of gently buffing that part out, just to remove any additional kind of like lumpiness. You want to make sure that it's nice and smooth, because that's actually really smooth. I don't really need to go and remove any of that. Because obviously, if there are any remaining bits and pieces that are lumpy, and we need to get this to sit flush against something, it's probably going to go poorly unless we make sure that it's nicely kind of cut out and fogged down. So we're going to also then take this piece here. Sorry that my nail polish is a little chipped, by the way. I did my nails earlier this week. These have kept really well, because depending on the kind of job I'm doing at work and things like that, it will tend to go better or worse. These are actually very nice, smooth clips so far. I've not had to worry too much about. Maybe because the size of this is a little larger, it seems to be quite forgiving about needing to cut away any flash. So we've been lucky so far. I've not needed to sand anything down. If we do need to sand things down, I guess I might have to do it on this camera so you can see it properly. We're also going to see this particular piece that we're cutting out, this one here, or this one here, since it's circular, this one might definitely need to be quite smooth. Clipping it has gone very, very well. We've not had really any issues there. Right, so let's kind of do this up here maybe instead, so you can see that I'm filing this, trying not to accidentally file my nails. They're a little long. Yeah, this one's, oh man. It's funny. So working with like Games Workshop sprues, or even stuff like really high-end stuff like Malifaux, who have hyper detailed, like annoyingly detailed minis. There's a lot of cutting away of flash that I have to do for those. But this has been already very smooth. Let's see here. Need the curvy bit at the bottom. Okay. So we're pushing this through. Let's see here. Yeah. We're pushing this through, and then we're pushing it into the orb. So we're gonna push this through enough. Oh, does it only sit that far? Does it not go further in than that? Have I already screwed this up? Hold on. No, it might go further in. Hold on. Yeah, I can push it further in than that, but it's very hard going. I see. I assume I'd want it to actually sit in the little gap in between there, so I do actually have to push it all the way in. There we go. Just took a little bit of extra pressure. But it just means it's going to be a really snug connection, is what we want. And then we're going to go push this wall into there. Okay, excellent. And we're doing 2 of those. So, second verse, same as the first. We had 2 sheets of D, so that's why. That's why we had 2 sheets of D. Sheet D. So we're going to go and cut out another one of these. I think I might need to have this camera on a higher platform. That might make that a little easier. Oh, thank you for the follow, Space Velociraptor. I appreciate you. Do I not have... I do have stream alerts on. I guess it didn't fire though. Hold on. It is what it is. Let me check while I'm going. Have you Space Velociraptor? Have you built anything like this before? Is this something that you're also used to? Yeah. I should have got a ping for that. Oh well, whatever. Stream alerts. Let's refresh that. Oh, there we go. Now it played. Excellent. Thank you, Space Velociraptor. I appreciate you. So I'm just gonna cut this away. Push that out. There we go. We're gonna go and get this filed and smoothed down. Yeah, this one has a bit more of a seam than the other one, actually. We're just keeping it chill, just keeping it smooth, just making sure that all of this is working as intended. I realize having face cam when I am looking down is probably not going to be as interesting. You just get to see how fluffy my hair is. Oh, that's actually a thing. So I am very excited for Monday being Valentine's Day, because I will be spending it. Hey, RJK Games, hello. Thank you for joining us while we're making some Gunpla today. I don't know whether Gunpla is something that you've built before, but here's hoping that this will be entertaining for y'all. My first time trying to build. Yeah, I mean, oh god, already dropped a piece. It's fine. You know where it is. We know where it is. I've built a lot of minis before, and have gotten really used to building miniatures and the process and using the tools for that. But I've never actually built any Gunpla before, so we're just trying to do our best and experiment as we go. We're building Rakusho from Medabots today, seeing how that will go. So we need to make sure that, okay, yeah. So we're going this way. It's not something I've done, but you know enough about it to not be confused by the name. Yeah. I forget what, like, Gunpla stands for. I do believe it's something along the lines of, like, Gundam plastic builders or something like that. And even though there are obviously lots of kits that aren't Gundam, the term is now always Gunpla. I guess I could have said model kit. Now I think about it, but I've already kind of set my stream name. I've already set the stream name and everything, right? It's too late now. We're in it for the long haul, so we're cutting out another ball joint here. Cool. That works, but Gunpla fits as well. Hey, Take Two. Good afternoon, or good morning for you. I hope you're having a very pleasant Saturday morning. Sorry we're not doing a Monster Hunter stream today, but I wanted to go and try out some new tech. Because I've never done a 2-camera setup before, and I figured it would be an exciting thing for us all to kind of see how it goes. I take it by the fact that nobody said that my audio is horrendous, that the audio is fine. Right, step 2. We are looking at sheet B for some of this. So let's go see what Wagwan with sheet B. This is sheet B. Oh, got a little bit of cheery bossa nova. I really find, even though this has been something I have stalled with making for years, the process of putting together miniatures I find really relaxing, and it's something that I can do while doing other things. So I have definitely played tabletop RPGs with my friends, or like watched streams while just keeping my hands busy. So we're going to need piece 11, which is this one here. Although some of the things that I've built as Gunpla have been very tricky to build, and nobody needs to hear you effing and blinding while you're supposed to be doing a tabletop RPG. And so for the times where I've been struggling, where it's been a massive struggle bus to put something together, I'll like politely mute myself where I'm like, why isn't this working? So we're just clipping out these, I think these are shoulder plates. these two, and then we are getting pieces 7 and 10, which are these two pieces. We're cutting these out. I figure it would be sensible to cut out all the pieces involved in the step first, and then we can go through the process of like snapping them together, right? I even though I never got, I'd like seen people with build kits and thought that was really interesting, but obviously never really got in until I found this Medabots one, because I was a big fan of that kind of art. So you can zoom the camera focus a little bit. If I can get it to focus, or if I maybe put it further back so it can be seen. This little bit here, that's part of the flash that was cut away from the sprue. So that's sticking out, and that will get in the way. So we need to very specifically make sure that that is filed away so it doesn't accidentally kind of like, you know, get in the way of connecting pieces together. Because these two pieces are supposed to connect together like this. And that's going to be really hard if there are lumpy bits that are stopping them from connecting. So this is a job for our craft knife here, which I need to do relatively close to my face, so I'm not going to be able to do it on that camera. But just gonna kind of quietly and carefully slice through this. Do we need to? Do we need to? I'm scared now to actually do that. Will it actually fit together just fine if I do that? Yeah, no. They will get in the way. They'll get in the way. They need to be removed. Okay. So first bit of model surgery going, but fortunately, this kind of plastic and these kind of craft knives go really well in being able to shave off what needs to be shaved off, and then I can use my file tool to kind of make sure that it's like nice and smooth on the other side. It's funny, the light bulb in this room recently blew. It was fitted very poorly by the previous owner, and eventually it just kind of gave up the ghost. And I'm like, okay, let me go and find a new light bulb. And it turned out that the model of it was actually something quite uncommon. It's needed to order it online. So I was actually without a light in this room, a ceiling light in this room for like almost an entire week. And eventually, the fastest way of getting it, because it wasn't in any of my local stores, eventually it arrives. And it has these plastic nubs on it as like an adaptability port kind of thing. And this light bulb was the right model for the light fixture, but maybe the light fixture is super old, or there are multiple light fixtures that take this type of bulb and this was built for a different one. But the nubs that were on it were just out of line, just out of step with the light in my ceiling. I'm like, oh no, am I gonna have to order an entirely different light bulb? Am I gonna have to be without solid light in my room for another week just to get one where these little adaptability nubs are in a different place? And I was like, hold on. I own a model clip that is designed to rest plastic under my control. This is plastic. We can work with this. I'm gonna get the big guns in. I think this is a filing job that needs a much more kind of solid filing tool. There we go. Ah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Use the finer grain side to make it nice and smooth. Yeah, there we go. This is use the hard grain side to get the majority of it off. Use the fine grain side to remove the remainder. There we go, nice and smooth. Okay, that's one down. And we're going to have to do this again. There's a second one of these, so we're going to have to do. Last year I spent like an hour in Wilco's looking for a specific type of both of the kitchen and also my bedroom, but also... Yeah, me too. I specifically went to a Wilco's because I'm like, they'll have the bulb. Absolutely. In fact, the one that was previously in the light fixture was a Wilco's bulb, brand bulb. So I'm like, yeah, they'll clearly have it. But that just clearly signified that this bulb was so old that Wilco's was no longer interested in stocking it, and that made these things a lot more complicated. But you know, we move. It feels like replacement light bulbs feel like such a standardized thing. Like, how many different light bulbs could there be? There's only like 4, 2, and then it turns out. I guess this is why electricians charge a lot of money for. It's partially just being able to afford all the supplies of putting those bits and pieces together. Okay, so we're sending that down. Yeah, nice. Sending this one down. There we go. So we've now got all our pieces up. We need to get rid of any of the flash on this as well. There's some flash on the side here that I can get rid of. So we're just gonna buff that out. Cool. And then it's like on the end. This needs a little bit of nudging. There we go. Yeah. No, this is so much easier to clean than some of the other model kits. The like actual war game figurines, they could be an absolute nightmare to clean. Right, let's see here. We need to cut out another A-sized ball, because these are different sizes. There are small-sized ones as well, but we want the big-sized ones. Excellent. And these need very minimal sanding, I think. Yeah, that's already very smooth. That's a little lumpier, but that's easy enough to clean up. Okay, excellent. Hey, afternoon, Crying Cryptid. Oh, my earring is a tiny D10 with a moon kind of clasp on the outside. Yeah. Hope you're doing well, Crying Cryptid. How's your Saturday going? Yeah, okay. So we are taking the A ball piece and fitting it onto this kind of like spike in the middle here, I think. It is not quite fitting though, which is interesting. Maybe, you know, it's one of these things where I'm like, how much force should I use? And I could probably, yeah, Sonic R. What a jam. Oh no. Oh no, hold on. I'm about to view another house. Oh, I didn't realize you were moving house, Crying Cryptid. But yeah. All the best. House hunting is like awful. Nobody likes house hunting. I'm gonna need to double check what I'm doing here because this is feeling a little uncomfy. Right. Okay. Let me do another step. Let me do a different step first. Yeah. I kind of when I was snapping these two halves together, so they're now part of the same whole. It looks pretty seamless, actually. Oh, there's a little bit of a seam there, but we can buff that out and maybe even use plastic glue to hide the seam on them. So if it turns out that it looks jank, we can fix it. And this is supposed to sit here. This is sitting here, so it can sit and wiggle a little bit. But yeah. I buying this flat or renting this flat and just getting the opportunity to do it was really stressful for me. Where I was staying before, where I was living before, was a house share where I was, working and sleeping in the same room every day, and that was just so bad for my mental health. It was really unideal. So I was kind of like, if we're going to continue being in a like lockdown environment, I'm going to need to like move somewhere where I can work and sleep in 2 different rooms. And it turned out that trying to look for 1-bedroom apartments was actually really rather like difficult. I guess a lot of people were trying to do that at the same time. So it made it kind of almost a bit of a warfare, trying to go find a place when there were so many other people who were trying to kind of also look for a similar deal. Yeah, so I do actually need to get it to go through this ball. Okay. All right. Well, if the bore of it is the wrong size, then we can start getting crafting. We can start getting really experimental and start filing things down to get them to fit. Who knew that we would run into a problem so early? Yeah, I need to be slightly closer to my workplace and also need to have office space for an office area and a garden for your outdoor cat sitting requirements. Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky that I live alone and don't have any pets, right? But yeah, when you have those additional requirements of a location, yeah, this is just a little bit too fair. It's just a little bit too fair for fitting this thing here. So we're gonna have to work out the best way of making that happen. It might be a matter of kind of filing down the top of it slightly to make it a little bit narrower, because it obviously needs to be snug enough to get the thing to sit and not fall back out again. I understand this, but also if I need to insert this thing and get it to sit on this kind of like a bit here, we're gonna need to go and work a little bit. Very much limits it, yeah. But you know, there are only so many other people out there in your neck of the woods who have the same kind of moving requirements as you. It might mean that your process of moving might take a little longer. Like it might take a little longer for you to go and find the one, but that doesn't mean that it's impossible. Ah, there we go. It just needed that. Well, I'm probably gonna have to continue filing it down. We'll see. It's been interesting seeing what you've been doing, never seen it done before. Oh, cool. Yeah. I've never actually watched other people build a gunpla. There we go. Now it fits. I just needed to sand it down a little bit to get it on. It's a thing that is like, oh, that's interesting, but it's never been something that I've like done before. So the process of learning how to do it will be interesting. I hope. We'll see. I think I need to get this to actually just pop inside here. Oh, gosh, these require so much more pressure than I would figure is needed for this kind of thing, but because you don't want to break it. You only have a limited number of parts, so I don't want to be kind of like forcing it and then like, haha, it's broken forever now. Too bad. Yeah, no, it hits. Oh, it's because I'm doing it the wrong way round. Hold on. Okay, one side is like tighter than the other. Is this it? Not quite. It doesn't quite close. Because if I remove this, does this close? Yeah, that all fits together neatly. Well, as neat as I can get it anyway. Okay. So, alright. I mean, glad that this is a click together thing rather than a thing that requires gluing. It makes things maybe a little easier on my part. Let's see. Work out where the pieces need to go again. So this needs to go here. And this needs to somehow sit within the ball correctly, but there's two different depths it can sit at. Surely it's this way around. Maybe I just did it the wrong way around and we're fine now. No, not quite. Not quite. Okay, let's flip it around. Who knew? Who knew that the second step of this could be so already quite tricky? Yeah, it doesn't quite sit. Meaning that this needs to be kind of like properly squeezed in. Good lord. Good lord. Ah, yep, there we go, there we go. It fits, it just needed a bit of a squeeze. It's needed a bit of squeeze. We're alright. We're alright, it just needed a bit of squeeze. But now we've squeezed it in, it's all good. It's looking good, mate. Yeah. Alright. Let's, careful. Careful. Yeah, innit. I think I have this right. Yeah, this looks like it's sitting together now. Look, we have a shoulder. We have a shoulder. No. Yeah, we have a shoulder now. Cool. Time to do that again. That was just one. We need to do a second one. But now we've done one, doing a second one will be easier because we know what pitfalls we're watching out for this time. And we also needed, what else did we need from here? We needed the shoulder pieces. Okay. And then we needed, whoa! Oh no! It got caught. It got caught in my headphone. It got caught in my headphone chains. Gosh, it's fine. We didn't lose any pieces. We didn't lose any pieces. We didn't lose any pieces. We just got... Right, okay. Just cut through this. Oh, it's already cut through. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Yeah, these cuts so smooth. Don't roll off the table. Do not roll off the table. But there appears to be no sound. Check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Looking at OBS, I seem to be getting waveforms. You're going to be hearing me in double for a second while I go and check on stream whether the audio was cut out. Has the audio cut out? Has the audio... No, it hasn't. It hasn't. We're fine. Thank you, RJK. Appreciate it. Yeah, you might need to go refresh your stream, Crow Encrypted, but thanks for letting me know that there was... Yeah, definitely right. Ah, it's fine, it's fine. It happens, no problem. Yeah. In the past, my craft of choice was actually papercraft stuff. I was really big on, using kind of like Mod Podge and collaging to do kind of like custom artwork to decorate stuff like notebooks and things like that. Friggin', I'm in the car and it turned on auto-connected even though it's playing. Ah! Yeah, your car tech is misbehaving, I understand. So is this, I guess this means... Well, I assume you're not you're watching the stream while driving. That would be bad. Don't stream and drive. If it means you have to kind of take a step away while you're parked. Good. I was gonna say you're too responsible, Cry Encrypted, to be doing that kind of foolishness. So we're also going to be slicing through that little bit. Flash there. We're definitely going to have to take the... hold on. This is one I need to do relatively close to my face so I get the detail on it correct. Okay, there we go. It's chilly. Ah, yeah. I get you. It's a little warmer down here today, which is why it's been raining, rather than it just being freezing cold and dry. There we go. We're just going to use the fine edge of the sander just to remove the excess lumps. We don't want to over sand it, but we can use the plastic glue to make the seams sit a little better. So now we've got that all sanded down, we're just going to snap these two pieces together nice and easy. I mean, watch hot shot. It's fine if you spelt it correctly. If you spelt it correctly, then it would auto filter it. So I understood what you meant. I'm having a coconut milk coffee today, which has been very pleasant. So let's see whether this one actually sits any better or whether I'm going to have to file it down to set. Yeah, we are going to have to file this one down as well. That's okay. Now that we know what we need to do, we're not stressing about it as hard because we can make this happen really quickly. Sorry, I just realized that I needed to kind of adjust the camera angle a little bit. You know, we're learning. You're learning. I guess that's the advantage to all these steps are requiring us to do them twice because we get the advantage of working out how to do them the first time round. Is this any better? Sort of sits. It sort of sits. Oh, yep, yeah, there it goes. There it goes. And then it's the process of pushing this in to... Oh gosh. I have longer nails than normal, and that's making some of this a little trickier, but it's happening. There we go, that's in. Cool. We need to make sure that it's this end that's connected, and we just push, and it goes. This one went right in perfectly first time. Gosh, you know, it's got to be easy sometimes, right? It can't be difficult all the time. Sometimes it has to be fine. So this is now just snapping together. There we go. We have two shoulders. Step 3, we need another ball A, but we'll do that last. And sheet B, piece 12. Oh, this is sheet B. Piece 12. Excuse? Oh no, this is sheet D. Okay. I was having a moment. I was having a brain moment here. This is sheet D. This is sheet D. We need piece 12. Piece 12 is this one. Oh, you gotta go. Have fun. Have fun. Yeah. No, we're gonna be doing our best. I hope that this will be the house of your dreams. Very smoothly done. And then in sheet A, piece 16. Sheet A. I think this is sheet A. Sheet A. You can see the little Medabots medal. We're going to be including that later. I might actually take this and paint this, actually. That'd be fun to paint. Because it's a nice even service, and it means I can practice painting non-metallic metal, which would be interesting to do. We need piece 16, which is this one. this 2. There we go. Whoop. Okay. Not destroying my entire set. That has a little bit of remaining flash that we can just buff away. Okay. And some here. And then some here as well. And then we can actually use the super fine miniature sander just to kind of get it looking really smooth and seamless. Excellent. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So we've got this, and then we need another ball joint. This is a reticulated model, it moves. So these ball joints are all really important. This is another A. Okay. So we are inserting the ball onto this piece here. It'd be so funny if in a mecha anime there's a dramatic montage of an engineer building a mech and it's them doing gunplay. I mean, I swear there's actually like a boy and his ex anime tournament fighter called Gundam Build Fighters. That's an official Gundam property. And it's kind of taking the idea of building Gunpla and then turning it into like a Beyblade, a Card Fight Vanguard, a Little Battlers Experience style deal. So that is sort of a thing that already exists. We need this to go in here. So this just sits. Oh, it's actually pretty straightforward. It just sits in this gap here, I think. Is it something that gets pushed in? Yeah, it gets pushed in. Okay. Yeah, that sits very neatly inside, actually. Nice. And then we flip it over and get a 13 on sheet B. 13. This. But I like the idea. I like the idea of how Gundams are built is like building Gunpla, but on an absolutely gigantic scale. That would be very, very funny. That would be very, very funny. They're just kind of taking these huge, like, desk chair bits of metal, sanding down the edges, and just in them into place. Does this need any sanding? Needs maybe a little bit of just a little bit of TLC. The fact that this kind of mostly cuts away from the sprue without much fuss is really nice. A luxury. A luxury. It's very rarely this easy. We need a size C piece. So that's these really tiny ones here. There we go. Excellent. A team of 5 people trying to wield Gundam-sized pliers. Yeah. He. Right. Okay. So this goes in like an angle. I think this goes in an angle like this. Yeah. And then this goes into the mini like this. Ah, I see. So it sits on the top. Like that. And then that ball is now locked into place and it can wiggle, but it's not going to fall out. The design of this is really elegant. The way that this all kind of like snaps together makes a ton of sense. Well, we get to start interacting with springs now, I think. So from sheet A, we're going to need part 12. Sorry that I'm turning away from the camera and speaking. You're going to hear me a little quieter. Part 12. Also need part 21, which I think is the other side of the fist. Yeah, it's oh no, it's not. Part 21. This, we need this. This one also has a little bit of TLC required to get rid of all the extra flash from the sprue. That I assume that makes sense. What I'm saying, flash from the sprue, kind of sounds like nonsense words, right? Flash is the like remaining sticky out bits of plastic that are connected to the useful parts that we're using. We use the pliers to cut the flash away, but sometimes there's some excess. The sprue is what the entire molded frame of plastic is called. There can be sometimes quite an excess of it. You know, this form of molded plastic does mean that there's usually a lot of excess that isn't used. I do believe it is a recyclable form of plastic, though. So when you're done crafting, you can actually make use of the remaining plastic by recycling it down, sending it to places that can recycle plastic anyway. Let's just go a little bit of manual. Sorry, getting used to the exact height I need to have this at so you can see what I'm doing. As I say, we're learning here, working out the best ways of making this all look sensible. So we've got that down like that. We're putting this piece that doesn't need any filing. We're just gonna settle that in this little bit here. Excuse me. Oh gosh, that's a little fiddly. If we need the pliers, we'll get them, but I don't think we need the pliers just yet. Cool, that's sitting correctly in there now. Excellent. We're now going to get part 9 from sheet B. Sheet B is over here. Sheet B is returned. Part 9. Ah, this one. Cut out easily, but this one does need actual removing of additional flash. So let's just make sure that that's all nicely handled. That side is fine. Let's see here. Just a little bit too close to the wick for me really to be able to scrape it off with my craft knife. I might be able to. Let's see what we can manage. That is looking good. All right, cool. And now we actually get to get some mechanics out. This particular piece is apparently spring-loaded. So we are going to need to rummage around in here. Here we go. We got some springs. spring. Teeny tiny spring. That is going to go on to here. So this is gonna slide on there. There we go. And then we have this part up. Oh gosh. There are finer instructions here, but they are in Japanese, so we're just gonna have to kind of like I see. Okay. So we are going to put this where set behind the two pillars immediately. Yes, so putting it here, and we are gonna so we need to push this. Oh my gosh! Oh my god! Whoa! Okay, all right. Easier said than done. This is easier said than done. This one's gonna be fiddly. This one's gonna be fiddly. It would also help if the spring stopped trying to escape, please. And I think there's a little nub on here that I can use to keep it in place. Okay, so we're gonna have to do it like this. We're gonna put this in first. Then we're gonna get this, and we're going to put it on here. Oh, that's upside down. This is not the fiddliest thing I've done, so I think we can manage this. Ratchets. Okay. I mean, it's not like snapping into anything. Where does how far down does this need to like go or sit or whatever? It's in, but I have to hold my finger down. And then we put the other piece on top, which I guess will hold it into place for me. Don't trust it. And if I let go, it's gonna spring out. Yeah. How do I get this piece to sit in? We want okay, it's fine, we're gonna make it. Nope, that just ejected the spring. Okay, all right, this is harder than expected. I might need to go and do a little bit of thinking through on how exactly we get all these bits and pieces to sit where they're supposed to. That is correct. So this sits. Oh, it actually has a more sturdy positioning on it, maybe? Let's see. Maybe I can get it to sit like this for now. Sorry that this one's proving to be a little trickier, friends. Because it's a spring-loaded tension thing, it's proving that it needs to be works just a little bit more differently to the other pieces we've been working on so far, and that it's being a bit more resistant, because that's how springs work mechanically. Here we go. I've managed to actually twist it so it actually sits on the thing now. Okay, excellent. Right, the spring is now very firmly attached to the piece it's supposed to be attached to. Excellent. Right. We're going to slide that in. And then... This needs to sit where it can clasp it down. Yeah, okay. Constantly wants to kind of escape it, but finding a way to get this to sit in place while I can still attach the other pieces is the difficult part. Okay, looking good. Looking good. Is this even gonna... Oh, nope. God. Okay. Let's do this. And this. Sorry, we're almost there. I think I understand and have it. It's just the process of getting it to sit still while I put the remaining pieces in place. It really doesn't want... Really doesn't want to go in. What happens if I try and connect this together without it? And how does this sit together? Okay, this sits together like that. So there's enough room for me to be able to try and slot this in a way where it will sit, but I have to be really careful about it. Okay. Ooh. You know, nobody said that building Gunpla was easy. Nobody said that building Gunpla was easy. We need to push this far enough back. I'll make this sit far enough forward where that, like, sits, but we can't... It's spring-loaded, but I'm not able to get it to, like, sit flat. Which is the important part to being able to get the top case down. Okay. I mean, if we get stuck, we can always try and move on to the next thing, right? We don't need to struggle with one piece of the proceedings forever. There are many parts of this thing to build, so it is okay if we decide that actually the smart move is to go take a break and work on something else for a bit and then come back. You know, you gotta work within whatever means you find sensible. Oh, this jolly Sonic music plays in the background while I'm slowly going absolutely spare. Please hold it, baby. Okay. It just ejected it again. No, not into outer space or anything, but it is. You know what? We're just gonna set that aside. We're gonna set that aside for now, and return to it when I have. I see. Yeah, let's build the other claws and then get it to attack, because this is like a scissor claw thing that this is building, so. Let's go and build the scissors, because I think that will be a fun distraction from the nightmare that I'm currently experiencing. And we'll go from there. Oh boy. This is sheet E. Where is sheet E? This E. C. Sheet E. Oh, sheet E is the golden sheet. Okay. Yeah, golden sheet E. I'm clearly shook at this point. The process of failing to do a stage of this live on air has got me absolutely shook. But it's fine. It's fine. As I say, we're learning. This is the first Gunpla I've ever built. We never said it would go perfect immediately. This is a learning experience. Ugh. Okay. So 1 and 2 go together and 3 and 4 go together on this. So we're just going to go and cut the 1 and 2 out and connect to them. What is this like in terms of flash removal? This needs to go. Alright, that's easy enough to be removed. That's pretty straightforward. Lesson in terms of being able to film this in the future is to put the camera on a bit of a taller stand so it can see more of the desk without me having to, because my natural holding place would be about here and that's just that camera frame, so I need to raise this up a little bit, I think. But we'll experiment with that as we go. It's kind of unnatural to need to be working on pieces like that. Alright, so we're connecting these two up. And this should start to get quite nicely. It is. There we go. That connects together quite smoothly. Yeah, it goes solid. Right, let's do that once more. Well, no, this one came up as well, actually. Okay. Yep. Snapping these together. Making sure that they're connected nice and firmly. Excellent. 2 claws. They go on E7. E7 is this piece. This one's cut pretty cleanly. Elbow grease over there, that's fine. Alright, cool. So this sits where they can do this. This way around? Oh, no. It's in reverse. This way around. Yeah. Something like that. And then they can, like, open out if pushed. So we want to Open this up. Our old friend, once again. Oh, there's another piece that I need to get. E5 and E6. Okay. So we're not quite done yet. Just kind of put those to the side for now. E5 and E6 are these two. Working a little quicker now that I know what I'm doing. Go. Excellent. So we are going to go and slice these pieces, get these smooth again. Where's my craft knife? There it is. Fantastic. Sec. What? Just gonna carve some of this away. Apologies. There we go. That's fine. That might need a little bit of extra sanding, but that's not too bad. It's funny, with really elaborate craft pieces like this, there's always a whole thing of like, oh, it doesn't look like anything. It just looks bad. It looks silly. And actually, the way that each of the steps completes for this kit, at the very least, when a group of pieces are connected together, it does, at the very least, feel like a palpable, sensible entity. It feels like a thing. So, you know, that's not so bad in terms of being able to get it to sit correctly. There we go. So we can choose to use either the extended blade or the short blade. Whoops. Tiddly winked it away. Inside this mechanism here. We might go for the short one, just because it doesn't move, and it means that we can hopefully use it to kind of like lodge everything in place a little better. Let's see what sits this way up. Okay. So struggle bus part. Gosh, who knows how many times I've tried to attempt this particular connection point now, but this shit, hopefully it'll work this time. I'm gonna... Sorry, I just realized that I wasn't doing it in a way that you could see. Please. Okay. That is hooked in place. Now, I might be able to put the top of this on without it flying into the ether this time. God, the way that it's clicking is so ominous. Okay. Think I have it in? Nope. Oh, almost. Hold on. No, it's gone. It's gone. Shit. Maybe using this is easier because it's a longer piece. Maybe that will be the key to getting it to do what I need it to. Oh man. I mean, this is why people play difficult video games, right? The sense of accomplishment from having achieved something that felt impossible previously until you like worked at it enough times to get it to work correctly. Yeah. This is my Celeste. You know, this is me hardcore struggling, but it's okay because at the end of the day we will be able to achieve something that we clearly found too difficult before. Please, I beg of you. That sits reasonably firmly there. Okay. I want to check how this sits on the top, though. How does this sit on the top? Still not quite what it needs to be. Still not quite what it needs to be yet. Sorry. Oh man. So that sits in the top really well like that. Clearly that's what's supposed to happen. Maybe I think about this backwards and try to instead hit this in a way where it sits on top correctly, and then work backwards, maybe. Because this sits so snug up here. This piece is so small as well. Gosh. There is an option that I am maybe using the wrong spring to. We do have 2 springs in the kit. So if this spring is the one that is designed for something else, maybe this is the last one. I'm gonna look at that as an option. If this has me been struggle busting the entire time because I just so happened to be using the wrong spring at 2, I will laugh and then be slightly sad. Look the same length, maybe. Watch this actually be smaller. Good gosh. If I drop one spring. All right. Things are going a little wild, but we're making it happen. We're gonna try with the second spring, and then maybe it might just happen to be of a different length. Who knows? We're experimenting at this point. Going slightly mad, but we persist. We move. Okay. Maybe this one's easier. Try. Well, I still have to at some point actually go and find the spring that I dropped, because we are going to need both of them. Oh my gosh, is this actually easier? Oh. Oh. Please let this not be 2-3 hours stream where I just struggle to deal with a single step of this process. Okay. Would it be prudent for me to hold the thing down? No, that just flings it into the ether. That is on the top of my desk though. Okay, right, give me, might be a little loud to the volume of my voice. Yes, it's fine. I kind of lowered, I was mumbling to myself while fixing some things. Give me just a second while I go and retrieve some lost pieces. Excuse me, just a second. I'll be right back. Right, we back. Sorry about that. One of the springs went AWOL with that last misfire. So I'm like, oh, okay. I understand how it is. Let me go find you. Let me go make sure that I haven't just lost one of the pieces. Hopefully the balance of this versus my voice should be okay now, by the way. Yeah, okay. Right. One last try. Hello again. Thank you for being thank you for being patient, both in the sense of the shenanigans that putting this single piece together has been, but also while I was taking a break finding some bits and pieces, but hopefully... My god. Just the endless process of setting it up and then immediately dropping it. Starting to get on my tits. Maybe, instead of trying to press it back in now, what I should be doing, actually, now that I've had some time to think about it, is to connect it while it's all aligned, and then, while it's here, push this back in so it sits correctly. Well. Just feverishly looking at the instructions of this thing and making sure that I've actually done this correctly. Yeah, they've managed to get it to, like, sit without any assistance, which is not what has happened for me. I need to... It's managed to connect using quite a bit of tension. So, yeah, in their kind of diagram, this spring mechanism... I've tilted it out. Okay, so to explain what's going on, because I think I've been doing this without really explaining what the heck I'm even struggling with right now. So we have this base piece, and we have this kind of spring trigger here. And this spring trigger is supposed to go inside at the back here, because it is this little reactor switch here. So when the thing is complete, you'll be able to push it forward and pop out whatever is attached. But unfortunately, that has proven really difficult to align properly. You are supposed to be able to get this, pusher, which maybe I can get it to sit in here first. Or is it this way around? Maybe it's this way around. I know that this sits perfectly. Okay, so maybe we do this. Yeah, I can feel the tension of it because it's a spring. It's just trying to push back the more that I push on it, as springs are wont to do. Yeah, but when I try to put the cover on it, I no longer can see what I'm doing, and the tension causes the thing to go pop out again. And that has been repeating for the last, what feels like half an hour. And so I'm starting to run out of ideas of what I could possibly do to get this thing to sit properly. Short of, like, temporarily blue tacking it in there or something like that. Something to get it to sit. But obviously, if I do that, then it will no longer operate. So I have to be really... every time. Still, yeah, it's in there. Okay. So maybe while it's open like this, I need to get pliers. Hey, good evening, good afternoon, Come and Go Tavern. Thank you for joining us. We are in hell. We're trying to get this spring-loaded mechanism to sit correctly in this thing. Oh my god, is this all it needed? Is this all it needed? Not quite, hold on. I needed to just use pliers to put it in there. Yeah, I just needed to use pliers. I just needed to use pliers, and now it's actually in there. All right. That time to sit away and maybe think about my deeds and my actions was clearly necessary to get it to do what needed to be done. But we got it there. We got it there. That's the most important thing. We flip it this way up. And then we get this. And then apparently this can sit in here now. Yeah, that slides in there. And then you can slide this forward. And then this cuts out. Okay, it worked. It worked. Oh my God. It just did it. It did it. It did the thing. It did the thing. It did the thing. That took so long. All I just needed to do was use some pliers. It probably even says in Japanese to use pliers, and I just didn't know that because I can't read Japanese. But yeah, they put in a spring lock kit. We move. My mood has improved considerably now that we've worked out why it was so difficult. Okay, moving on. Part 7. Okay. New energy. So to become crab, use pliers. Yes. So come and go. What is your experience in terms of building Gunpla? Have you ever built Gunpla before? I need this piece 12. I need to use this piece. So we're building the other hand now. Snippers. You know, have any of you had the issue where there's like a task that it seems like it's supposed to be super simple, and then you just struggle with it for ages, and then it turns out that the solution was, you know, not complicated, but it takes you a little bit to work out what to do, and then when you've done it, you're like, oh my God, best feeling in the world. How were we stuck with this for so long? For tech issues in particular, I've definitely had that feeling of like, I don't get why this isn't working. And then suddenly it works and you're like, well, obviously it's that. My life. Okay, we are moving this sheet again. I have built Gunpla. It's been quite some time. Recently started the 30-minute missions line. I didn't realize that there was an idea of cross-compatibility. I mean, I've been calling it generically Gunpla. This particular model is put together by Kotobukiya, who I know do a lot of Gundam models. So I assume the energy is similar, but I don't know how any of those are built, whether we're building them the same way. This is careful. This has a lot of ball joints pieces in it. So it's going to be really exciting when the thing is done and it's all going to be like articulated. That's going to be really cool. So we're just connecting these two pieces together. If it doesn't quite fit, we can file it down. No, it's fitting. 30-minute missions, rather, came about almost explicitly because people started doing a lot more combinations after the Gundam build animes. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about that earlier, about how it would be really funny for like in the actual full Gundam anime, like the mainline series, the Gundams were put together using build kits. RJK Games was talking about that previously, and I was like, oh, but isn't there an anime that is specifically about using build kits to do like tournament battle stuff? So I guess it all blends together at the end of the day. Let's see, sheet A, part 15, which is this one, is also based on 30mm bits, so the brand name is sort of a backronym. So me misreading 30mm as 30mm is not entirely wrong. See, now the thing is a little low in my ears. Let me turn this up a little bit. But then maybe this song is a little quiet. Hold on. Check. How are we doing for audio balancing? Let me know. I can actually just turn this up in my ears a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, no, we've got proper cutters. We're using proper cutters. As I say, I even though I've had this oh, you didn't catch this. I've had this Medabot kit for like 3 years and never really got around to making it. But because in the last 6 months or so, I have gotten into doing miniatures, which use cutters and all the bits and pieces and files and all that. I'm like, well, it's still basically building sprue kits together, right? So I can just use my tools and technology. Oh, they work with the spring break almost instantly. Oh, yeah. No, I did buy fancy ones because I'm kind of like, I know I'm going to be using this a lot. I might as well get, because the process of having to remove all of that extra flash is so annoying if they're like really rough ones that I'm like, hey, I just save myself time and stress by buying nice cutters. And then it's like I have to do less maintenance to get them to where they need to be. Flipping this over, we are getting this bit here. Doing the second one is always way faster than doing the first one because I already know what the struggle is. I'm praying. Oh god, this one is also spring-loaded. F my life. But hey, at least we know how to handle it this time. At least we know how we're supposed to handle it. Well, I assume how we're supposed to handle it. I didn't speak Japanese, but we're gonna use our knowledge from before. Okay, that's reasonable. We need a size C ball connector. Cool. These cut cleanly enough without me needing to do any sanding. This needs a little bit of sanding. Problem with doing this with painted nails is that I end up sanding my nails as much as I do the thing that I'm trying to work on, which can have very variable results. Oh my gosh, did I go in too ham there? Let's get there. Just removing that excess. Okay, I think we're good. Right. So this sits that. So it sits like that, and then these go in here. So now we have that swivel point at the top there without the ball being able to fall out, which is very good. Nice. We are taking base here with the ball, and we're getting our second spring loader, which is why we have two. We are using both. Where is the spring loader? This is the spring loader here. Second spring loader. Right. We're just cutting this away. There we go. Fantastic. We'll see if any bits... this one's pretty good for not needing any additional... Yeah, we did that clean enough. We don't need to sand that down. What we do need to do is get our second spring, our second bastard of a spring. We're going to... What way round are we going to fit this on? This one's pretty similar on both sides. Just twist it a little bit so the spring actually locks into... This requires a little bit of fiddling. Yeah, there we go. We got it. So that spring is now very firmly on place on the little latch mechanism. We're going to be putting the latch mechanism in upside down, apparently, this time. We're working in reverse for this one. And then we are taking our piece sheet E, piece 8. Ah, yes. Okay, I know what this one is. Okay, so we're going to be doing the little hammer, spring-loaded hammer fist on this one. You were very enthused by the fact that this was a Medabots Come and Go Tavern when you joined. Are you also a fan of that anime? I was a big fan of it when I was a kid. This is pretty clean. I don't think I need to remove any flash on that. So this is fitting in upside down. Going in from the front. This is sitting there. How far am I supposed to push this? I push them all together simultaneously. I see. So even though I can get it to sit here, I do that later. Okay. So we're just going to focus on getting the other bits of the hammer fist, these two pieces here. We're going to attach them and then try and get it to connect up. Braiding your hair. Oh, heck yeah. That kind of hair maintenance stuff is very cool. Like looking at, while I take good care of my hair naturally, you can see it is very fluffy. That type of being able to do things like twists or braids, I never learnt how to do. So we just go with the fluffy cloud vibe for the most part. Wah. Just cutting out the remainder. Cool. We're gonna sand down. Big fan of Medabots and New Kid. Yeah, I mean the animation was really, really nice. In addition to it being, you know, a kid and his best friend robot, which, you know, funny how that influenced me in my media tastes as I aged, huh? Funny how that has been a relatively consistent part of my vibe, my jam. Funny enough, I had to teach myself how to braid just based off rope repair techniques you're too loud for work. I mean, this is those ways where things that you learn at work influence your real life skills and vice versa, you know? So we want the right side. E10 is... Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. They fit in a very specific order. So we've got this one on first. We're fitting... Oh, gosh. In a way where the camera can see it. Okay, that actually fit quite cleanly. That wasn't too hard to get going. So we fit those two together first. And then this one. So they all fit in the middle like this. And then we get it onto... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Struggle. We're on our second struggle bus of the night, of the afternoon. Because the base of this is like divoted. Oh my God. Okay. Maybe I don't worry about pushing it into the lock right now. What I focus on is just getting it to sit where it needs to. Funny enough, yeah, it's so powerful. It wasn't until much later that somebody was like, "Oh God, you can do such a perfect French braid," and I was like, "Sure." Ah, yeah. Funny how the similar techniques involved. I mean, you know, you don't want your braids to unravel, and you don't want your rope to unravel. So I can understand the techniques between the two being relatively similar. Please, I beg of you. I beg of you. I only ask you for one thing. Okay. Oh, but I still have to kind of cut out the other piece, right? Yeah. So I've done all this very delicate arrangement for basically nothing, because we still need to get the other piece to clamp on top. Which is sheet A 22. I thought so. So we want this, the top part. Okay. Hold on. Right. Got this out. Go and get rid of the remaining bits of flash. That, I think, is more of a craft knife circumstance. This craft knife is starting to get a bit blunt. I need to replace the blade. It's unsafe, actually, to be using blunt knives for anything, you know, cooking or crafting. You should be making sure that all your pieces are quite sharp. But it's doing what it needs to for now. And that one's fine. I'm gonna do a little bit of filing to get it nice and sharp there. Cool. And on this side as well. Okay. So. We are gonna go and carefully arrange these pieces so they sit together, please. And then we're getting this to sit on top. I mean, that seems to be in the right place. Please, oh no, no. That popped out. I need to redo it. It's a good thing I have long nails. Okay, destroyed the entire thing, but we'll do this from the top. Okay, right. Oh my gosh. What an interesting little mechanism. I know, it's really clever, but God, what a bastard it is to put together. Ooh. Because we want maybe to sit that far to that side. Hold on. Oh, we want it to sit as far as possible on that side. Okay. So we're doing that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is so difficult. This is so difficult. I don't know why it's as difficult as it is. Well, I understand. Who is this for? Who is like, I love for my craft projects to just make me this sad on the regs. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I've misaligned it already. This third one doesn't want to sit like the others do. Here we go. Oh my gosh. That's ironically the best it's looked all day. No! Because this last one doesn't sit like the others do. It's just a little bit too high. Oh my god. Let me see if I can pin from the front first, maybe. Oh! No! Okay. I was doing so well. I was going into the second one with so much more energy, so much more verve, and I am already starting to murder. I am already starting to become the Joker, become the Riddler, become Catwoman. I do recall Yep. This is another. I think this is another job for our plier unit here. Excuse me. No, not using that instead of my pliers. We might pliers here, rather than using my cutters, because that would have ended very poorly if it actually bent down. Well, it would help if this was aligned first, actually. Because if I push it all the way in, how does that sit in its own? Okay. Right. Hey, you return! I hope your house viewing was pleasant. We have moved on a little bit since you were last here. This is very difficult, but you know, the number of times a day I have to tell students to use pliers to pull staples and not cutters is non-zero. Yeah, it was very good. Oh, I'm genuinely glad to hear that the house hunting is going well. The fist building is going acceptably. Okay. So if I have to find a way to keep this kind of like the tension in this pushed. Oh my god. No. You're not falling to the floor, friend. But no, I am very glad that your house viewing went well. Sorry if I start talking slightly less while I work on the remainder of getting this to do what it's supposed to. Oh, is that why it's being fiddly? Not getting this to sit. Okay. All right. Please. Okay. I think we have it. Oh, that one's a bit wiggly, but okay. We got it. It does the thing. Hey! Okay. Right. No, we did it. Nice. Sick. Okay. Fists completed. Okay. We'll ride that energy on. The spring-loaded parts clearly have to be the hardest part of this thing. It's a good thing there aren't sound redeems, because that would be very tempting right now. Oh my god. It's expensive for the size of a 2-bedroom, but it has a garden and also an area for the view. That's what you're paying for. Yeah, garden and outdoor view are like two of the most expensive things that'll jack up the price of we want. Why? We've got the hands. Jack up the price of a property in the UK for sure. We want pieces 2 and 3. Why 3? It doesn't look to be a hand there, but sure, Jan. Okay. Oh, it's like the front and the back of a fist. I see. Yeah, sorry that, like, you know, you have to specifically, you know, activate monetization to get stuff like sound redeems, because those would be cool. I wouldn't mind having them, but I like not having adverts more. I like not having adverts considerably more. We'll see though, you know, the way that circumstances kind of keep changing. If they find a way of being able to let you put adverts and stuff in a non-intrusive way, or I can kind of guarantee that it's not going to kick in anything like heavily story-based, we might consider monetizing. Who knows? We continue to kind of experiment with this adventure. Actually, if people are okay with me talking shop for a bit, it's been really interesting. Yes. At the moment, it's gonna be blocking links. Sorry, apologies. It's been really interesting this month. With it being black, we just have a fist is manifested. With it being Black History Month and Twitch doing those promotions, so we can choose what kind of hands we want to make, so we can have them be closed, partially open, or fully open. So we're just going to make all of them. So many emotes in the Discord server, not being able to upload even one without being monetized is frustrating. Yeah. Doing Black History Month so far has been interesting because, well, you would ideally hope that Black History Month would have people keeping an eye out for Black creators, but not necessarily putting the onus on Black creators to be super entertaining for the month. This is great because I have the opportunity of having more eyes on what I'm doing at the moment, and people who might not necessarily know the things that I do might not be checking things out without the kind of support of the Black History Month kind of like reel of Black excellence on the front page. But it puts this psychological pressure on me and other streamers who are doing it as well, actually, to work even harder during this period of time to ensure that they're noticed. And I really shouldn't be trying to be, you know, it sounds like I'm clout chasing, right? To be like, oh no, I'm going to be pushing myself even harder to make sure that people recognize the things that I'm doing. It's not. I'm not trying to look for e-fame right now. I've got other things going on in my life without having to kind of do that. But it's weird that there is this kind of like subtextual desire to be like, oh no, this is the opportunity to push. And I don't know. I do worry sometimes that desire is making my content worse. Who knows? It's understandable when the spotlight swings over to you. You feel on the spot. I mean, yeah. At the very least, you know, I guess if I was hyper paranoid about what kind of content people would be enjoying, I probably wouldn't be doing a dual camera stream where I do Gunpla, right? This feels risky. I don't know anybody who stream. Actually, I know one channel that does model building, but I have no idea how popular this kind of thing is. But it's been something that I've been wanting to experiment with doing for a while. I would love to do mini painting on stream, knowing once we've worked out how to get this to work in a way that's sensible for everybody to be able to see. I'll have to do some tech, like changing what height this camera sits at. But once we get the tech solved, really looking forward to the idea of doing painting on stream as a bit of finishing my work. Because like this, there are other miniature and tabletop projects that I've started and don't necessarily lack the motivation to finish, but lack the time. And turning it into a stream makes time for it. Yeah, it also makes it content, I guess. And you know, as I say, there's a weird relationship between doing something because you think it would be entertaining, or it's something that you want to do, and stuff that other people would think is entertaining or want to do. And that balance we're still kind of experimenting with as we proceed in this whole mixed up world of ours. But hopefully this is the sign of further tabletop tea times to come, where we continue to kind of make things. Whether it's more Gunpla, who knows? I would have to find other Gunpla of a subject that I really enjoy. I know F all about Gundam, so building a Gundam kit would be a bit wasted on me, I think. But I'd maybe build something else. I did watch a little bit of Little Battler's Experience for a while, which was essentially Build Fighters before Build Fighters was a thing, done by Level 5, the people who did Inazuma 11 and Professor Layton. Oh, I realize I'm not close enough to the camera to see. Okay, this way around. Yeah, here we go. In terms of bits and pieces coming up for the channel in the future, next week I'm taking off streaming. It being Valentine's week. It's also the kind of like a date-versary, I suppose, of me and my partner. So we're going to be taking that time out just to actually spend time in each other's company, because we're both really busy people. So we both kind of booked the week off to be able to actually enjoy not having to be on call for a wide variety of both jobs and hobbies. So there are going to be no streams next week. But the week after that, on the 22nd, there is going to be a tabletop RPG stream of Ballad of Conjurers, my new tabletop RPG that I'm working on. We're going to be... I've cast that now. Not to harp on it, but you really should check out the AMM, not attached to a particular anime series, and just about every part is cross-compatible between lots of kits, and you can do a lot of customization. I mean, I would love to just build generally a cool robot friend, you know? I enjoy cool robot friends. So if there's like one that's not like tied to an IP, but is just a rad design, that would be interesting. I'd F with that. I'd F with that. I will have a look. If there is a particular website that has like lots of different kits from 30mm, link me on the Discord. Come and go, Tavern. I'll have a look. I'll have a look and give it a bit of a browse. And maybe there'll be another one that I'll build in future. Will do. Oh, sick. Oh, you posted a couple pictures already? Hold on. Because I don't have any game footage, I can actually use my second window to... Oh my gosh. Oh, it's like like jump kicking another unit. I see, I see. Yeah. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, no, that's rad. That's cool. No, I'll look into. Because, yeah, it's weird that, at least for me, there is a salient difference in appeal of, like, giant robots versus, like, human-sized or smaller. I love me, like, a human-sized robot or, like, a tiny robot. But, like, a giant robot, I'm always like, eh. Except Big O. Big O is rad and is my favorite, like, mecha. Mostly because the anime itself is less mecha focused than you'd expect, right? It is essentially a film noir, and a really kind of like quite talky film noir in places, and very philosophical in places. And then the robot fights are cool, but it's not like the focus of the thing. It's neat. I do know that apparently that there's a couple of Gundams that I think share in that level of. There's a new Big O figure coming out from Figma this year. Oh. Well. Intéressant. Might be a thing for me to kind of keep an eye on, innit? That's looking good. Sorry, just give me a sec while I go and file the rest of the spare nubs. How fastidious are you about kind of like getting rid of all the additional like flash and sanding it down? Come and go. Are you all kind of like, no, it must be perfect baby smooth? Or are you like, done is better than perfect? Because sometimes I'm definitely in the done is better than perfect camp. I've done a very poor job of removing the flash on this one. Hold on. There we go. That is a little better. We're going to use the fine file. Because this is quite glossy plastic as well, so removing the flash is quite a delicate job, otherwise you just scratch up the rather nice sheen that the hands have. Okay. So we have all of our hands, so we can decide which kind of hands we're using. That's cool. So now it's about putting those arms together. Depends on whether you think the flash will show once the model's done. True. I guess for some pieces, because these have so many pieces, the flash might not necessarily show much at all. You raise a very, very good point. But because I'm so used to working in small scale, where your paint job will really show up what type of blending you've kind of done and kind of removing all those pieces, I've been very fastidious, maybe. Oh, I've actually cleared one. We've actually used all of the bits and pieces on this now. This is now done. Yay! Bye. Piece D. B. A blue piece. Blue is a D piece. D is a blue piece. There we go. We're looking for part 8, which is this one. A little connecting sleeve between the shoulder and the hand. Yeah. There might be some actual mini building stuff as well, maybe. I still have 2 more Malifaux minis. 2? 3? 2. I bought a while ago a special edition Malifaux box. Let's hold it up to this camera because it's a little easier to see. Malifaux 1988. So it's like a cyberpunk reflavoring of one of the gangs. And they're really cool. Like, look at that. That's such a cool model. Such a cool mini. The pieces that these come in, so tiny. Oh my God. So tiny. Most difficult models I've ever built. And I've not finished it because this one, the main leader, and this kind of like minion have the most pieces. So like that rollerblader with the kind of like a metal bar that she's like grinding on. Her feet individually come in left and right pieces, like each foot that you need to glue together to then stick to an ankle. It's excessive. It's silly. So they were interesting challenges in terms of kind of like getting them to put together. I don't know when I'll paint them because they're so detailed, and because it's a limited edition set, they're not like super cheap either. So you'd want to go and give them the best kind of paint job you can, right? So I think I might be trying to do my best to skill up on other pieces first, you know? I think this is this one. Let's see. And then you're putting it in here. It's kind of... Oh boy. I think that's in. That feels in. Okay. Oh, right, I see. This side. Pop back out again, oh no. Right. And then we take our sword here. Oh, good God. Good God. So we're taking our sword and we're putting in the wrist. That actually clicked into place, so that was a very satisfying click. That's good. And then we put that. Please. That seems connected to me. Might be a bit of a press X to doubt situation, but I think that's in. And then we can decide on what hand we want to put in here. So do we want to go for... Hold on. This is this shoulder, so the thumb would be towards the camera. So it'd be this one, or this one. So do we want to go for the closed fist, the partially closed, or the open hand for this one? I'll let chat decide which one we want to go for. To go with this arm. While you're deciding, I'll go cut out the piece for the other one. It's always easier with the second piece because you know what you're doing. I guess I should feel thankful for the fact that the spring-loaded stuff was so early. The run ender stuff has already now been dealt with, and the rest of this feels a bit more kind of like straightforward comparatively. Oh god, this is beefed this one a little bit. Yeah, this needs it. Let's see here. Soar away. Here, there we go. Yeah, much better. Cool. Let's go and decide on. I think this one is going to be the open hand for this, and it apparently just pushes in here. Apparently, just pushes in there. There we go. We've got a hand. Yeah. Okay. So, second verse, similar to the first. We're going to pop this in until it actually clicks, please. It didn't click. Didn't click. Please click. There we go. Clicked. Like popping a joint. Popping your own joints. Since the pincher is out, I think closed fist. Ah, grabbing with the prongs in the hand. Gotcha. That makes sense. I understand the logic behind what you're saying. I will change that out. I'll change that out. Let me connect this up first. And it's in. So let's see how easy this is to remove now. Can I just wiggle this back out? Can wiggle it back out. Did destroy the hand, but that's fine. I might actually use the plastic cement to seal that so it's just in one piece. Let's go and take the fist then instead. Yes, because it's the shoulder, so the thumb is going to be towards... Hold on, that's the wrong fist then. Yeah. Yeah, I can tell that from right. Maybe? No. Hold on. Yeah, no, it was right the first time. It's right the first time. Ooh. Oh, it's because the angle's off. Okay. Right, we've got a sword hand, and then this one's going to be open for the for this one. Looking good. All right, 2 arms. Oh gosh. Oh my god, have I? No, it's fine. It's because I did this the wrong way around. Because I've done this the wrong way around, that's why. So, yeah. Okay, cool. No, we're fine. We're fine. Nothing go wrong. Nothing go wrong. So we now have 2 arms. Okay, next step. We're going to start building some thighs, I think. We're going to sheet A. This is, I think, our big sheet. Yes. It's a big sheet A, and we're going to be cutting out piece 13. Is this? 3 and 13. The back and fronts of the same piece, I see. So we're just going to move these pieces out of the way because we've completed them now. And this one. Okay, we've got those two leg pieces. We have piece D of an inner bit and a piece B. Oh, from PC size B. Okay. So we're gonna need a medium-sized... Oh, it's a little tube connector this time. Let's go to PTB, where it is. And we are looking for piece 15 on sheet D, which is this. Oh man, Tekken 3 soundtrack was so good. Like the first kind of exposure to kind of what would be, you know, banger EDM in my childhood on the PlayStation 1. It's going to cooperate with me. Yeah, it's going. Just need to be gentle but persistent with it. Go. And then that needs just a little bit of buffing out. Okay. I'm waiting for time, by the way. I've actually not been keeping an eye on the time. 3:30. Okay. I'll need to wrap at 5. Who knows if we'll be going that long. But I'm having a good time so far, so it's all good. Let's see here. Yeah. This is going in here, apparently. Like that. Go in nice and snugly. And this connector here is going in the middle of the thigh. Oh, hold on. Go, that's in. And then we get this side and we basically kind of clasp the two together. And it just snaps into place. Looking good, looking good. That looks very solid. That sure is a thigh to me. Oh man, the sides of that need definitely some sanding. That's pretty bad. I forgot to remove the excess flash on this. No need to rush. We have all day. Well, after this, I have a Skyjacks recording, so I don't have literally all day. But there's no need to rush. We don't need to build this all in one sitting. In fact, I am almost certain we're not going to build this all in one sitting. Okay. But I actually think that, you know, through the process of doing this, the next Gunpla I build, if anything, or a next model kit I try and build, will definitely come a little easier to me, for one. That's still a little too raised for my liking. Heavy sandpaper. Whittle it back down. Okay, that'll do. Cool. And then we do it the other side. The satisfaction of knowing how patterns work. This time round, I'm going to go and actually shave these down as I go, rather than being caught out on the other side that I've done them too late. There we go. Nice. That's much easier. other thigh. It's the flash of that is actually much better. That one is super chunky. Okay. Clearly, the angle that I cut this out is a little tricky for me. There we go. Cool. I'm just gonna sand that down a little bit, get that looking nice and smooth, nice and fresh. It's a little bit lumpy. All of this is cakewalk mode compared to the spring-loaded stuff that we were doing before. So, you know, other one. Sanding takes a lot of the sheen of this. I've got to be careful. Okay, that's fine though. Okay, sick. And then we need the connector. Part B. Where did that go? It's in here. Let's go. Go. So we are putting this into here. Which way up? Does it not matter? Yeah, there we go. And then this into here. Sorry, doing it for the camera so you can see it. Not that way. Sorry. Just connecting these both up and making sure that that's nice and firm and pushed in. There we go. Sitting nicely together. We have thigh number 2. Okay. Then some shins. On sheet B. Also have a piece from sheet D that we need. This elbow joint here. Came up very easily, don't even need to change flash on that. That needs 2 A pieces. Sure. One. And 2 incoming. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Nice. We're gonna get these on to the elbow joint. If it's resisting or it doesn't seem to be fitting, we can always sand the kind of tab down a little bit, but that's going in. That's going in okay. Yep, that goes in fine. Cool. And then this one. Oh, please. Yeah. I wonder if, you know, if organized far enough in advance, this could be like a group crafting session. Not necessarily everybody involved being on camera with me, but I find that I work so much more, maybe not necessarily efficiently, but I with more fervor, maybe, let's put it that way, with more fervor when I know that I am when there are other people to kind of work alongside, and I can kind of check in on them and they can check in on me. Certainly more focus. Yeah. So if other people have like craft projects that they be working on, because I remember I was checking out one of Come and Go Taverns' streams while working on some, I think on some Necromunda stuff, or it was a paint job, one of the two. And even though that they were, you know, they were just playing, I think, maybe FF Tactics, maybe the not Fire Emblem game, like inspired by Fire Emblem. I can't remember the name of it though. The name is unfortunately quite generic. But yeah, they were playing that, and you know, while they were playing, I was just kind of like working on what I was working on. Dark Deity. There we go. What a name. Whoomst would remember that? Goodness. It was nice. It was nice because I put my intention out into the world that I was working on. My nails have become more and more chipped as we've been working on this. I think next time we do this, I'm going to have to go with bare nails because it looks very horrendous. Yeah, even though, you know, I because I put my intent out that I was working on something, meant I was committing to working on it, you know? Can't say it and then not do it. No take backsies. There we go. That's a knee. Oh, is that the right way around? Hold on. Should be this way around. So fitting. Hold on. Please. How did the other one fit and this one doesn't? They're the same size. Okay, there we go. Honestly. And then there's a back piece. And these just kind of slot together. There we go. That fits pretty cleanly. So now we have a thigh with wiggle motion. There we go. French manicure. Yeah. You know, I'm usually pretty proud of the nail polish jobs that I do, and I was pretty proud of the. I love the iridescence of these, but yeah, they got mash up real fast. Right, let's go and build another one of those. Cool. We need another B. Thighs. That's going to need some cleaning on the other side of it, but that's okay. So this just needs a little bit of a TLC from the craft knife to make sure that there's nothing. This thigh area is pretty exposed in the design, I think, so doing my bit to kind of make sure it stays looking smooth, to me at least. There we go. Just get that buffed away. Looking good. Okay. And this one actually came out super smooth. No, that's a little rough. Okay. That might need a heavier grip. Cool. Removes most of it, then smoother. Smoother still. Well, still not in line of camera. Sorry. I really do need to adjust the operation. Apology. I'm looking for peace. 17D. This is D, but I think this is the one that I've used already. So. Go. 70, there we go. This is the one I want. Go, nice. And then 2 more. Our final 2 on this sprue. Oh, and there's 1 more C floating on here, but it's interesting. This sprue is much more flexible. Like the plastic quality is different on this than the other sprues. So I guess they were kind of like, we need to make sure that the joints, the ball joints are really rubbery so they can flex and bend without breaking. Which is smart. Because I was like, this is coming off the sprue really easy, way easier than any of the other plastics because the plastic's different. So we're going to be going through the process of pushing these ball joint ends onto this leg joint here. There we go, that's 1. This is 2. It is 2. Just bear with me, we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, there we go. All of this is baby town compared to some of the other shit that we've had to do for this. Let's check the right angle that it takes to get this in. There we go, we got it. And then we're going to go and clip these in together. Looking nice. Snap. Okay, excellent. 2 shins, and then we have the shin guards that we need to make as well. Reading. Okay, so these are all on sheet B. So we're using these 2 kind of like end caps, and this, all to kind of go on the back of these so they connect upright. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to be making a difference between left or right on these, so we should be okay doing them in any order. No, those pushing at the end, so let's do those last. Let's connect everything else up first. Oh, this is an interesting angle. Okay. Helps the kit last a lot longer. Yeah, you don't want to, you spent all this time putting it together. You want the joint pieces to be ones that'll be able to stick around for a bit of use. Work on this thing for like 5 hours and then it just falls apart if I breathe on it too hard. Absolutely not. So, you gotta make sure. Right, so let's go and take one of these. We're connecting these 2 pieces up. So it should just slot right in. Should. Is that the right way around? No, it's not the right way around. That would be why. That'd be why it's not slotting right in. There we go. Ah, that has a little bit of flash on it that I still need to clean. It's fine. We can still clean it while on the model, although that is not ideal. There we go. Much better. All right, so that, and then this is like an ankle cuff. I think this might be this will be where the foot kind of connects in underneath here. So that's going to be the foot. So this is like the shin guard. We've got the shin, and then we've got the ankle for the foot to connect to in a bit. And then we have these 2 little plates as well that kind of go on the shin guard. Oh, these are a little fiddly to cut. Okay though, we got it. Okay, so we're gonna take They've got little L markings in them, so it should be easy for me to get them the right way round, but watch that not be the case. Oh, excusez-moi. Sorry. Excuse me? Please. Don't tell me this is actually the wrong side and I need to do it in this end. What should be this end? What should be neither of them and I'm just kind of going all over the place here. Oh my gosh. These pieces are so small. Hold on. No, we got it. We got it. That's one. And that's two. Okay, we've got both of the little knobs on the shin guard in. And then we do that all over again. Let's go find the other one. That's this one. Whew. Yeah, making it true, making it true. We're getting there, we're getting there. I'm cutting out these pieces here. Oh, that's a much smoother cut on that. Good, excellent. And we'll cut those pieces out last. How is this for smoothness? Just a little bit of buffing. Let's get a little bit of buffing. Yeah. Okay. The side piece as well. Just out. Excellent. Cool. This. Are there any? Yeah, there's a bit here. It's not sanded away. Excellent. Okay. So now this goes into the mini. This connects up here. Putting distance right. Putting this into the back of that, and then this going into the front here. Connecting in. We go nice and snug. Good, and then I put the little armor circles on the shin guard. Let's try and do them one at a time this time. Oh, pushed in immediately. There we go. Nice. Next one. I think we're making pretty good pace on this now. That cut from the flash is a little rough. Let's fixate on this. Okay, there we go. So fitting this one in goes in this slot here, if I can get it to sit correctly. There we go. Oh, it's rotated round, I see. Whoa. There we go. This should be it. This should be it. If I could get the purchase right. There we go. And a little sits at that. Please. Please, I beg of you. Right, there we go. Snapped in place. 2 legs with no feet. Let's see here. What is that? Oh, that's the first part of the foot. I see. We need sprue D. We're jumping around between the different sprues. We want this one. I think we're getting this piece here. This piece here. Piece 9 and piece 3, which is the bottom of the shoe. Yeah, we're doing the shoe. We've not... Interesting that we're doing all the extremities and not like the torso. It is actually a little interesting that we've not done the torso yet. That has... that's going to need additional ball joint pieces to it, I see. Gonna have to open a new pack of ball joints. But this is okay, that's not a problem. Right, so we're gonna put that back for now. Find where the other packs of ball joints are. They are here. We're going to take out our next set. And we're going to cut out 2 A ones. Please. Okay, we got it, we're good. Bearing in mind that we're going to have to do this again for the other foot. So this is our opportunity to learn the process, learn the pattern. What is that? It's, it's not paint. There's a little mark on this that I'm like, oh, that shouldn't be there. So I'm trying to see if I can buff it out. There we go, we buffed it out. Let's see here. Let's go. What's next? Taking this little axle that's going to be apparently sitting on the inside of the foot. So I guess this is like toe flexibility. The articulation on this is going to be really impressive, actually. We have this many ball joints in to get it to all work together with each other. Then the end result should hopefully be very, very fancy. I need to decide what kind of pose I'll want to put Rakusho in once I finish. Oh man. Hold on. Oh no. I think over time, as our hands naturally sweat, my hands are starting to get a little slippery. I might need to step away to go wash my hands really briefly so we can get some tactility back, because this is starting to get a little silly. Hold on. Let me see if I can manage this though. Gosh! Like I haven't put together a dozen of these. Okay, there we go. Multi-jointed limbs definitely makes the posing easier, for sure, for sure. Okay, so that is all together now. We have a tiny little barbell. And we're going to place this inside the shoe. Here? Okay, just here. Well. Okay. So we're like putting this in here. Then this to go sit in on top. Like this, and then when that snaps in, it should probably hold its position a bit better. Yeah, it does. Ugh, okay, excellent, nice. Give me just hold on. Yeah, give me a second. Just gotta do a thing. Right, yes. Give me just a moment to go and like wash my hands. And I will be right back. Oh, did that even take? Hold on. Okay, we back. It wasn't that long. I just needed to degrease my hands. I felt that doing those dexterous tasks was starting to become a little too slippery for my liking, so I needed to go and refresh, but we good. We good. Okay, so working on the other foot. Clipping out the exact same pieces on the second sheet. And this bar at point 16 always goes faster the second time. Already know what I'm doing, I just need to do it again. I wonder if this means that once we start working on the torso, that will be where the real challenge lies, because we only actually get the chance to do it once. Let's just double check that the flash is pretty good on that. That could probably do a slight trim. Slice that down just a little bit. Okay, that looks good. And this one. Oh. Yeah, the back is fine-ish. Do a little bit of filing. Just get that thing smooth. And a little slide here. Cool. And then it's cutting out another 2 from the sheet here. Nice. Ooh. All right, so we're just gonna put these back onto here. Oh, there's a little bit of additional. Let's see if I can. It's just. Okay, nice. Gotta be working on keeping it looking clean. Do our best. Even though that is an inside piece, it's still one that gives the middle flexibility, right? Don't want them to have stiff toes. No way. Please sit in there. Thank you. Oh, oops. There we go. And that is firmly in. Second foot complete. And then the toes. Oh, both of them. So this part, the front of the foot. And then there's individual little claws that come out of it as well. So, is there any jointing that needs? No. Okay. Oh, this is gonna, after cutting out these pieces, this is gonna complete sheet B. That's good to hear. Yeah, the sheet's now complete. Nice. I immediately missed where that was supposed to be thrown to. I immediately missed where that's supposed to be thrown to. Let's go and connect those up first, and then we'll cut out the other one, rather than cutting it all out and getting confused. They seem to be the same, so I can kind of put them anywhere. Oh, there's also toes. These. Okay. So this is like the bottom of the foot. So this like goes in here. Like that. And then these go in. Oh, they go in the top. So these slot in like this. And then that goes on here. And then it's like a complete flush unit, so you don't actually even see any of the inside pieces. And then this can wiggle up and down as needed. Nice. All right. Even a little bit of left to right wiggle, although not much. And then let's do that again for the other one. Put it back. Get this out. Okay, this sheet's done. Out of here. Okay, sick. Checking for... Yeah, that's fine. That can do with being cut back down. So it's fine. Okay. Excellent. These additional pieces. How's the front of that looking? Fine. That says a little jank. Okay, hold on. Okay, nice. Right, we are getting this to sit in here. At the top of here, we're getting this in. This side and this side go in. There we go. And then we're gonna just pop this on top until that snaps into place. Excellent. Feet complete. And with all these bits and pieces, we can now start stacking them legs together. So we can get our shins. Is there a ball joint missing? Oh, I am missing. Ball joint. There are ball joints that go in the bottom of these. Go. One. And ooh, don't run away from me. Thank you. 2. And then these pop into the feet. With a nice snap. There we go. And then this one. Is that the way around? No, that's not the way around. It's this way around. Oh. Hold on. Let's make sure all this is connecting up right, friend. That pops in, and this pops into the ankle, please. There we go. That popped in. Excellent. Looking good, feeling good, looking smooth. Feeling right. We have 2 legs, and then we have the upper thighs for said legs. These actually go around in a specific way, I believe. No, really. Oh, and that popped off the front. No, no, no. No, no, no. Let's set that back slightly while I this in, back in, please. Thank you very much. Alright, thigh. These. Oh, these front plates don't sit very easily. That goes in. Let's put the front plate back on. Yeah, the attachment point for that isn't as strong as some of the other ones, but that's okay. If it comes down to it, we can always use plastic cement to get it to where it needs to be. But for now... Come on. Yep. 2 legs. Okay, let's move on to, I think, waist. Yeah. Alright. This one comes with a rather interesting diagram, so we're going to have to work out. We want C. C. Spruce C. We are looking for C2. This. Oh, we can shuffle. We can shuffle those off. We start C6. That sits in the back of it. The top of that and the bottom of that. That is okay. This can probably do a little bit of filing back. Here we go. Nice. 6. Piece 6 in the sprue. This. Okay, nice, nice, nice. It slots right in, huh? Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a little connector, so we can just go. Just connect right in. Oh my god, there's so many tiny pieces. We want C12 as well. C12. This one. This one here. Just the back. This is the row booty. Row buttocks. Okay. And then there's a bunch of pieces from sprue D that we want. Probably the remainder of it, actually. Let's see here. We want 21 and 14. It's these 2 pieces. Very small. Very, very small. Oh gosh. Was that not... No, it was fine. It's fine. I don't think I've removed an important piece. I think that was just flash. It was just suspended. But that did scare the bejesus out of me for a second, the fact that it disconnected by itself. We should be okay. Very tiny, like, hip joints that this thing is. Alright, so we might have got through the trials and tribulations of spring-loaded stuff, but that doesn't mean we're out of the woods yet. So that was piece 21. Let me check what the top of the hips is. This. Piece 21. Down. We want to get this tiny thing. Get it to. Yeah. They wanted it cut. That's fine. It's good. I really want this to sit just in here. Yeah, okay. Tiniest little additional connection. I don't know if you can see it. This here. But yeah, I have to do another one that fits on the other side. And that's going to be... Oh gods, that's the worst. Is this flash or an integral part I just cut off? Yeah. It does say in the... It does have in the instructions here that you are supposed to cut off the excess. So we didn't screw it up. We're good. We Gucci. But it got tense. It got tense for a second there. But these pieces are real small. Like how small these pieces I have to kind of cut out. Very, very tiny. That out. What a polite instruction writers. I know, right? The fact that it's an iconography rather than text as well is important, because obviously if that was in Japanese I would not have been able to read that and would have just spent my time internally screaming. Second, not actually important to the thing removed. Oh gosh, there's we've got 14 and 21 and then the back piece, so I gotta carefully... I'm not gonna be able to see very well, sorry. Is that the right side? That's not the right side. That's not the right side. Very carefully slot these into here. They don't hold by themselves yet. Oh, come on, please. Focus camera. They don't hold by themselves yet until I put the back piece in. So we take the back piece now. I think it's this way up. This way up. And attach these, and then it just immediately falls out. Come on. Push that one back out again. No, please. There we go. All right. Just smooth as you like. Well, don't get it twisted. No, really, don't twist it or it'll fall apart. There we go, okay. Alright, let me just kind of click these pieces in. Please. It doesn't push fully together. Hold on. It's supposed to. It's just not quite clicking yet. I wonder why. One of these is quite stiff and the other isn't. Let's see here. I am... Oh! Oh, they sit under, not over. Okay, right. Okay. I understand. I understand. We got cooked. We got cooked. Okay. So rather than it sitting over, it's supposed to sit under. So it's under the thing, like that. Okay. So fiddly. Like, not as fiddly as some of the other stuff we've done today, but pretty fiddly. There we go. Some of the autofocus is going absolutely spare. I thought having it autofocus would be of use, but I have a feeling that might be of limited use. Please. This just needs to all snap together now, please. Is there some flash or whatever that's getting in the way? Is that it? Hold on. Just give it a bit more of a push. Yeah, it's not fully sitting. I'm not quite sure what's in the way that's preventing it from sitting all the way. We might just have to proceed and hope that it resolves itself, but I'm not quite sure why it's not, because obviously you can see that there's a gap that should be connected and sitting flush, but for some reason it's pulling itself apart again, and I'm not quite sure why. I guess it's worth rising it apart again and seeing what might be blocking it. Yeah, okay. Oh, please don't tell me I've damaged it. I've not. It's fine, we're fine. Is there anything sitting on the inside of this that's making this not connect? I can't really dry fit it, right? Like, I have to try and connect them together as they stand and see if there's any issues that way. No, it's still, yeah, even though there's nothing in the way, it's still having a little bit of issue with fully fitting together. So maybe this is by design. The shape of some of these bits is making me wonder if they didn't just reproduce the kits from the noughties. Is this like a... Well, this particular design of Rakusho, as I understand, is from like the DS era, so like 2006 to 2008-ish. But yeah, some of the pelvis designs parts might be the same. I have the Arc Beetle. That was one of the like that was that was like the Mewtwo of Medabots, right? I remember Arc Beetle being like really powerful. Yeah. This inner part might be a duplicate from back then, but I know that this particular design of Rakusho is supposed to be a modern one, roughly. But this is part of the same line, I think, as like the Arc Beetle build kit, so could stand to reason that they are similar in that way. Okay, we'll hope that is fine and move on. Oh yeah, there's a cap that kind of forces that to sit together, so we should be fine. I need panel C, and we need 16. This one. How are we doing for time? Another half an hour, maybe we might have to call it quits. That's okay. We've been working very hard. We've been making very good progress. Excuse me. We'll get rid of the remaining bits of flash off this, because we definitely want this one to sit smoothly upon the top of that thing. Gosh. Yeah, like, clearly, obviously more involved than any of my mini building. Like, the Malifaux stuff was difficult to build, but none of it took me 3 hours to build it, 4 hours to build it. Just gonna squeeze that together, then slide that on. Let's see, anything else that needs to kind of go in? No. That slides on top. Cool. And we need 2 more ball joints of A size. Stay. Good. And those are going to be pushed onto these little slide bits, because that's where the hips be at. So just going to push that a little more. Cool. And then this side. Please? Okay. Right, nice. We are going to get the front and back panels from A7 and C18. 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 This one. Okay, that's C18, and then we also want A7, A2. Back to the big plate. A2 is this one. So this is the crotch guard of Rakusho. And then we want the back plate is 7. Is this one here. I've already cut that side. Okay, cool. Excellent. Nice. So these 2 pieces connect over each other. Because the lining is blue, so it had to be in a different color plastic, obviously. That all snaps into place very cleanly, actually. Nice. And then this little eye connector here. Hey, Will, good evening. We have 2 legs, we have 2 arms, and we're about to go build the Robooty, the Robotics. So we're using this little eye connector here and just putting these 2 together. There we go. So that's the back plate. 2 arms, 2 legs, don't bother with anymore, just go full Rayman. Yeah, it's surprising that actually we've not actually built any torso pieces yet. It's been... this needs a little bit of cleaning up before I go and add it to the rest of the robot. So we're just gonna... sand that down. That side's fine. Me being really picky, even though nobody's really going to see that seam, I'm like, I'll know it's there. I'm connecting these together at the front. Go. Yes. And then we start connecting these to the legs. So we're going to get our legs back in. Oh my gosh. There's some bits at the top of the legs that I haven't added in yet. So we're gonna bring the legs back. And then I need, what am I missing from the top of the legs? I'm missing part 19 from Sprue D. Sprue D. Oh, this is Sprue D, so I already have it handy. Let's move these to the side. Let's put these extra bits of flash that aren't being used into my flash junk baggie. Just slowly making my way through these. We good for a bit of general chat? Oh no, feel free. Feel free to chat. I'm more than happy to chat while I kind of work on these. There was a period relatively early on where we were working with so this spring-loaded mechanism here, where you can do this. Took me half an hour to put together. It took so long. It took so long. And then once we worked it through, it was like, oh, cool. We don't have to do another one of those. And then this as well. So the spring-loaded weapons took me a while. But no. I'm more than happy to chat while I'm working. We're going for about another half an hour, 40 minutes before I have to kind of take a break to eat dinner and get ready for Skyjacks. Okay, so we have one of those. The seams on that are a little rough. Just gonna neaten that a little bit. Normally, a lot of these seams are pretty clean and easy to hide, but at the times where they're a little bit rougher, I'm like, I want to go and just blend them in, just sand them down a little bit so they're looking nice. The Valentine's Pokemon Go update, it inadvertently cleaned up the Pokemon GTS. Oh, I see. I haven't actually done any of the Valentine's Day event yet, because I think my system wants to update, but I don't have the room on my phone. I don't have the room on my phone to update it, so I've not done it yet. But in what way did it like improve Pokemon Home? I'm interested. This plug is so much larger than the oh god. There might need to be a little bit of filing going on to make this work. Yeah, now I'm going to file the edge of that. Okay. This is fine! Basically, Heartrum Furfrou used to be unobtainable, so Dopes would put all kinds of valuable mons on the GTS asking for Heartrum Furfrou, clogging up the results hardcore. And now, because Heartrum Furfrou is just generally available, people can actually trade for those things now. I wonder if that meant that there was a wave of people who were putting up absurdly stuff to scoop them up. Yes, I'm so glad that those people who were trying to be hustling ended up like, you know, getting got. That's always satisfying. Always satisfying. Hopefully we're going a little easier. It's such a difficult piece to hold as well, which makes this much more awkward. Let's put this a little bit of pressure to get it to sit. Still not quite sitting. So many Dopes got their shiny Religekis and yeah. People like making hacked Shinymon asking for unreasonable things, and then it turned out that those things were super reasonable at the end. Nice. Love to make a nerd mad, you know? Always good. It is always correct. Just gonna, yeah, there we go. That sits in that. We have one leg. We have one leg. We're gonna go and get the other one. Sometimes it's a lot of work for just a single thing, but it's worth it in the end. Were you able to go and snag something absurd for a Heart Furfrou? Were you able to get in on the hustle? Just filing this down a little bit. Oh, most definitely. Hey, what'd you get? 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 What'd you steal? I need to know. I need to know what you escaped with. Was that like a shiny Regieleki? Well, sort of the reverse. Ah, I see, I see. The only Pokemon I'm missing at this point are event mysticals, which you can't GTS for. I see. So getting stuff like Darkrai and things like that, but people are trading the trophies of all types left and right now. So as a result of the shenanigans, you were able to go and open up for a trade of a different kind. Right, I gotcha. That's still sitting a little loose, but let's get there. There we go. Yeah, that's sitting snug, I think. No, from no collection to a full fur-free one. Nice. That's a lot of different variants too, actually. So that's good work. Made out like a bandit, as they say. Almost, it's sort of sitting right. Sort of sitting right. There we go. The fancy dog economy. Yeah. But no, we got legs. We got legs. We need to get the side plates on now. These are from part A. Excuse me. 11 with C part 4. Okay. Leg get. Get or does it? So we are now cutting out the side panel. Oh, you're going to have to move out of the way, friend. We're now cutting out these side panels to put on the sides of our lad. More accurately, butt get. Yeah. Finally, this robot is caked up. We were waiting for so long. So panel 11, C4. This one, I think. Yes. C4. Oh, it's tiny. Look at that. Oh, that's not a very good clean cut at all. Okay, it's fine. We can fix that though. Go, and then this teeny tiny piece just fits right in here, I think. Oh, the other end. Okay, so like this. This. Okay. All right. And as a result, it fits on this panel here. Maybe. Yes. Oh god, it all feels so delicate now that we're putting larger pieces together and I don't want to break it. Would you please? Would you kindly snap in? I know this is supposed to go here. Sorry, give me 1 second. While I desperately work on why this isn't like snapping in correctly. There we go. Oh, it just needed the right amount of just the right amount of force. There we go. We got a side plate in. We got a side plate in now, I think. And one that will move on its own. Yes. Okay. Cool. So now we got to get the other one working. Man's sitting a little pigeon-toed right now, but that's fine. It's cute. Okay. Right. Got that out of the way. Now it's time to go and file down. Not pigeon-toed, it's a power stance. Yeah. It's not bad, it's just my art style. Good God. Okay, that's fine. Just getting... I was still thinking about our Pokemon Black Nuzlocke stream on Thursday and how we kind of resolved to kind of make the time go by while we were kind of catching up to where we were before. Was kind of talking about the theoretical gender and sexuality identities of the various members of the Pokemon cast, which was a delightful chat. Really enjoyed that, and I'm kind of like, oh, I wonder if that could be adapted for any other like long-running franchise with a large cast. You know, like next time, do we go make it about trying to think of a good equivalent that has such a large cast that you could pick people from it. Because like everyone on Digimon is a child, so no, absolutely not. But this also has to be one that's ubiquitous enough where we already know it. I mean, yeah, there's still plenty of Pokemon characters that we didn't touch on. The fact that we determined that Lucamine is a turf kind of made my day. That was very good. I enjoyed that a lot. I'm gonna have to clip that maybe. Come on. So we're just fitting that, moving you to the side, fitting this little attachment point on the inside of this skirt panel. I think that's in now. That's not really sitting flush. I'd like it to, there we go, there it is. And now we get this and clip it on here, please. Be your friend. Finding the right angle to get it to click in, while not pushing so hard that I break the rotted thing. I mean, oh, is that it? Is that it? Did that do it? I think that did it. Do we have motion? We do have motion. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Battle Network there's a decent number of adult characters in Battle Network where we could probably make that happen. How are we doing for time? Another 10-15 minutes, okay. Rather than doing the torso, we're going to move on to the head, apparently. But that's fine. A8. If we can complete the head before we finish, that's actually a pretty good stopping point, I would say. 8. This piece. I guess like Mario characters would also, no torso necessary, just head and legs. Just head and legs and vibes. So that is apparently the core of our head. Everything grows from this point. 17C. 17C is this. This is the top of the head. Okay. We can file some of the bits down. So it disappeared for a while. No problem at all. Network seems to have crashed. Oh gosh. No, that doesn't bode well. Hopefully you'll be able to do a bit of a diagnostics check before you go live. For the head and legs Among Us crewmate. Metabee's most dangerous foe, Amogus. I don't know about you, but I never really liked Among Us as a game. even though, like, when it comes to board games, I love social deduction games. I'm not necessarily good at them, but I really enjoy the premise of them, right? But a lot of it is being given time to... There's going to be an Among Us Nendoroid. I mean, that's an easy win for Good Smile, right? That's a very easy win for Good Smile. What a simple thing to make. Sides of the heads, 20. It's these two. It was something to do with Friends for Free. Yeah, no, I get you. But because I really enjoy social deduction stuff, and you know the whole kind of like a thesis statement of Among Us is finding the imposter. But because everybody's like running around and doing action stuff, you don't, and the only time that you can really sow the seeds is in the like discussion parts, and that's been solved meta-wise, where instead of trying to weave a character or play people against each other, you mostly just kind of talk the loudest, or your gameplay in terms of following somebody around a space means that you have to kind of like physically do alibis rather than socially making alliances or anything like that. No, that's not for me. It's a very action-focused portrayal, which didn't really fit my playstyle, which meant that most of the time I was just trying to do my job while I was a crewmate, you know? There wasn't really much to do in kind of... It wasn't in my interest to play people off against each other if I'm a crewmate. And if I'm the culprit, if I'm an imposter, then actually it's in my best interest to not really say very much unless pushed. So it just felt really boring. It just felt really boring to me. And there's been a handful of kind of like similar games since, right? There's one that has like a retro future 50s, 60s aesthetic that I downloaded and currently cannot remember the name of for the life of me, where you were all on a like retro future spaceship trying to find like replicant robots, and the replicant robots are trying to make sure that all the humans that's me. Oh, bees! Hey! How you doing? We're doing Gumpler today. We have leg. We building leg. We're making a Medabot. So we're on our way. We're going racing to complete the task, get kills instead of social deduction. Exactly that. And that frustrated me. That was not my kind of preferred play style, so I just kind of got a bit bored of it. But I would be down for more kind of social deduction games as a conceit. They just have to, you know, I think do a little bit more for me. Be more my energy. Let's see. So these connect to each other. Just kind of finding where... Oh, did I lose a... One of my pieces has gone AWOL. Where did it go? Ah! Hold on. This is what happens, bees. You show up and you say hi. Yeah, first class. First class trouble. There we go. Thank you. First class trouble. I downloaded it and it looked interesting, but I didn't have a chance to play it yet. Where did it go? I need that. Did it? Oh no. Okay, hold on. Give me a hot second to declutter my workspace, align my chakras, and work out where, oh god, where in the fresh hell this last piece went, because I do actually need it for... Oh, it's lodged inside. It's been lodged inside the thing. Okay, that's fine. It is where it's supposed to be. Ah. Yeah, a little over an hour. Yeah, we're going to be wrapping in like 10. We'll see how we could actually finish this head in 10 minutes. I don't think we can. Yeah, things are very, very juicy on Skyjacks at the moment. You're not going to hear what's happening between us for a very long time yet. Maybe even like a month or so. But just know that dope stuff is occurring. Oh yes, the thing ended on a very big cliffhanger, our last session. So we're just going to be jumping into this new one, just going like, what? I don't even know what's real anymore, kind of energy. Which will be fun to see how that go. Okay, 4 and 10. D. Okay. Yeah. No, there are some Skyjax fans in the chat. So yeah. Will/Shellblade. Well, I've mentioned this. I think I might have mentioned this like while in the call before. But Shellblade right there is the person who told me about the casting for Oromar. So I wouldn't have been Oromar if not for them. I wouldn't have become Oromar if not for them. So God bless. Although, Bees, your feeling about it might be a hair different, I suppose. To be clear, Bees was also somebody who applied. Yeah. Bees was also somebody who applied for Oromar. So they were my anime rival. They were my anime rival in applying for the process. Thank you. I do genuinely appreciate that. I do genuinely appreciate that. I think we did a good job. Good job. 10. No, not that. This one. God, there are so many of these cutter pieces that I'm like, which one? Which ones are the ones we're using? But I'm super glad that, because there are so few people, there are so few, I think, black men in like current nerd circle tabletop or voice acting in general. It was really delightful that so many people applied for the role. So it was like genuinely a joy to meet somebody else who applied. Great part is whenever I get to be an obnoxious fan whenever Nathan hits the mic. It's not parasocial, it's just social. Yes, true that. You are actually my friend, of all things. We need 2 of these. I hope that some of the other people who applied who are still interested in being involved in the world of Skyjax, kind of can guest on the show, or genuinely, I should maybe post this on Twitter at some point. I don't know. I'd love to be kind of like, hey, if there's anybody else who applied for the Oromar Vale role, hit me up, because I think you're amazing for applying. There needs to be more Black Mask voice actors in the tabletop space. There aren't that many. So it would be great to hear from them. But maybe it would be like, maybe they would read that as me trying to like rub in the wound or something like that. It's not that. It's just meeting other people who are also interested in doing such a dope character. You know what I mean? Just gonna pop these antlers in, please. Hello. Hello? Okay, there we go. It all worked out great. Even though I didn't get Oromar, James was impressed. I got the price of coal. Flexija. Yeah. No, it's still super great that you were able to still be involved, even though it was in a different role. I mean, I would have probably... I doubt people read it that negatively, even if it is Twitter. Okay. I mean, good. Even if I didn't get the role, I still would have probably asked if there was some way I could be involved in just the general, one-shot network. Let's see. This one and see. This tiny little orb here is supposed to go in the front of the helmet. Okay. And then there's a translucent piece that we get to fit in. You could post a bunch of smileys and then someone would have an issue with it. I think at the moment, the thing is, especially tabletop Twitter can be really bad for it too, actually. And it used to not stress me out, but it would get on my nerves a little bit whenever tabletop Twitter would like to start making big arguments about things. I think the final straw for it was I had finished and released Heartbeats in Perfect Sync, my, at the time, latest tabletop RPG. Was really proud of it. I'd worked really hard. It was the release day, so I was really in high spirits. And then tabletop Twitter actually had made somebody the day, like the villain of the week, or was arguing about, like, I can't even remember what they were. It was clearly something pointless. But that was all that tabletop Twitter wanted to talk about on the day that I'd released a new thing I was really proud of. And I was like, nah, never again. I never want to be drowned out by people arguing over literally nothing. So I've muted a lot of that these days for my own sanity. And that has only ever been a good decision. Yeah. Like occasionally it is deserved of, like, somebody's actually, like, you know, a fascist or a bigot or whatever, and people are doing their best to clean house. And I respect that. That's good. People should be doing that. But tabletop Twitter is currently in a twist. Yeah, I think Hasbro is about to make an NFT or something. And because Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast, and because Wizards of the Coast makes Dungeons and Dragons, people are kind of like, well, you know, you are supporting a corporation doing a very specifically unethical thing. You're going to have to move away from your darlings. And there are other reasons maybe why people should be expanding their horizons. Yeah, Hasbro's already made NFTs. They'd already been doing that, I suppose. And now it's trickling down. And I mean, considering it's a strangely different response. Actually, real talk, it's a strangely different response from how I think about a week and a half ago, the UK publisher Team 17 did an NFT, like a Worms NFT, and they didn't tell. And because they're a publisher, they're responsible for a whole bunch of other people releasing media underneath that name, right? And so all those other medias were like, we didn't agree to that. This is a mess. And so everybody was kind of like, hey, Team 17, stop being awful. We understand that the other people involved who aren't making those decisions are unhappy about it. So I wonder if people were giving, you know, the subsidiaries of Wizards of the Coast and Magic and Dungeons and Dragons that same grace. There are other reasons why you maybe shouldn't give those organizations that grace, but I do wonder whether people were as even-handed about the circumstances. The dev team started jumping ship on Team 17. Yeah, some of them were jumping ship, and some of them were just kind of like, hey, I mean, we can't just not have a publisher because that's our livelihood, but also we're being very loud about how this doesn't actually reflect our opinions or beliefs at all. If Wizards of the Coast have not been doing that, then yeah, I understand. Yeah, Wizards of the Coast have been involved in all sorts of stuff. They're a very, very big company and have the money to be able to know and do better. So holding them to those standards is, I think, important. But, you know, treating these things on a case-by-case basis, treating these things as they arrive and looking at the people involved and so on and so forth. But, yeah. I mean, I say this as somebody who is doing sponsored content for Wizards of the Coast, right? But then, you know, we once got a code for the Scott Pilgrim re-release, which is published by Ubisoft, and I streamed that game twice, and both times I was like, hey, we were given this game by Ubisoft UK. Thank you very much for giving us a code. Please do realize that Ubisoft has, for the longest time, had really unchecked instances of sexual abuse in their offices, and their major people are refusing to clean it up. And that is a thing that we have to know and accept, even though we are being given a thing for free. So, you know, still acknowledging things and saying thanks to things. You can do both. You're allowed to do both. Both things can be true and real. Let's see here. And then we get to do a faceplate. And then it's actually the back of the head is already done. Got to bounce. I mean, we're about to go and wrap up for today. So let's go and do the faceplate, and then go and pass on the love to somebody else while I go and prepare to do tabletop RPGs. Maybe I shouldn't have been talking for like 4 hours to then go and do a podcast. But then, to be fair, it's not just me on the podcast, and I get to like rest my voice while big drama is happening with other people. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm gonna put on some cool shades. Yeah, boy. Look at him. Yeah, sick. Okay. Looking good. Oh, you're setting up. Yeah. I'll pass the love over onto you then. That's fine. No problem. Making sure this is sitting in correctly. And then I'll leave you running while I go and make dinner, because I need to go and eat and make dinner as well. But there we go. We're good. Hey. Let me give me a polite wink and nudge when you're live. Come and go, and I'll pass you over. But yeah, this has been good. We did a lot today. We've got our head, we've got our legs, we've got our left and right arms, and all that's really left now is to go and make the torso, and then we're more or less done, which is great. I'm very glad that we managed to achieve as much as we have in the course of 4 hours. I guess this means that I have to now finish the rest of it on stream. Well, we'll see. If it's a faff to finish the rest of it on stream, I won't, and I'll just finish it on my own time. But this has been a good experiment. I'm glad that this has been a thing that people have found interesting and entertaining, because I was wondering whether people would actually want to watch me build things. There'll definitely be more in the vein of this down the line. As I say, I would really want to do mini painting on stream. That's something I'm definitely looking forward to. When I get my promotional cards for Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, there will be a pack opening stream, as well as like building a deck with the cards that we've got. So look out for that the week after next. We'll find a time to fit it in. There was supposed to be a tabletop stream of Agents of Hue on the last weekend of February, an all VTuber run. But unfortunately, friend of VTubers have unfortunately not been available, and have had like no bites from people outside of my friend groups. So it might have to be a circumstance where we're like, it is what it is, and just kind of like, oh, we haven't finished Lost Kingdoms. So last Tuesday, just gone, instead of doing that, we were doing a cyberpunk book club where we were playing through the Kamigawa visual novel, because I was given that in advance. We thought it would only be about an hour, and then I would transition into Lost Kingdoms, but then we got 3 hours in, and we're like, oh, well, clearly I'm not going to be able to do both. My voice won't hold out. So that will be... that's not going to be for a while, unfortunately, because Tuesday after next, I'm taking next week off. So the 22nd will be a tabletop stream rather than Lost Kingdoms. And then the weekend... Well, the weekend might be a variety of things. The weekend might be this. Actually, the weekend might be doing some of this. And doing the session of Lost Kingdoms that we missed is possibly likely. We'll see what we'll do. We'll see what we'll fit in. You'll have to keep an eye on my Twitter. You're going to have to go to @fadtwitter.com/PhantomArtSent and go and see what we have planned the last week of February. But for now, let's be passing on the love. Hopefully, Come and Go Tavern is live. Let me go and make sure that that's all set up. you would hope that I would have the tech to be able to do all of this correctly. Actually, I think they might still be setting up. So we have a moment still. We have a moment still to go and sort ourselves out. But this is just the opportunity to talk about other stuff that's coming up. So yeah. Next week, not streaming. Week after next, Tuesday, will be Ballad of Conjurers, which is my new tabletop RPG. I'm very excited to show everybody about it. Okay. Yeah. Because I do have to go. I do have to go eat, unfortunately. So what we will do instead is that we'll go pass over to Pixie Pui, who is currently playing Sifu. I have not said hi to Pixie in quite a while, so please do give Pixie your love. We're going to start that raid. Heck yeah. Okay, I have been your androgynous android game shows from the future, Nathan Blades. This has been the Neon Caster, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you next week. Well, week after next. Ta-ta for now.